All right, so I want to look real quick and then see what changes we can make here. So I want to do this and that. And we'll see what happens here because we have what does this give us? Okay. Because when the game we played the other day, we had 355 movement speed, which was equal to the Annie. I'm curious if that 1% movement speed is giving us anything. All right, so we lose 3 movement speed. Okay. 3 movement speed. Because I want to change how Yasuo is played. I think that's my goal. If I go back to playing Yasuo again, I don't want to copy everyone else's build. I don't want to go in and, you know, 'cause it seems like what people are doing nowadays is they're going for like defense scaling, like they're basically trying to scale up and farm. And although I think this would be really cool, 12% increased ult damage would be really nice. Um, everyone, so basically they're going like lethal tempo or conqueror or something like that, and then they're doing like after or not after bone plating because apparently bone plating is going to let you it doesn't proc with your shield anymore, so you can get bone plating and your shield, and then they have like grasps or something like that. But I want this because Yasuo's blue, and I was always a big fan of Ghost in the olden days. I've always been a big fan of fleeting footwork, but um, it never really worked out. Like I stopped playing Yasuo because fleet footwork wasn't really doing it anymore. And also, I used to be a big fan of like Ghost on Yasuo because he's blue. Ghost is blue, and then movement speed it just feels really good. And I think what I want to do is learn how to use him a little bit better. We don't have all the AD that we normally would. I think I want to learn to use him a little bit better. So what we can do is like I want to be able to farm poke, all that good stuff. I need to figure out where his longest range is here. Yeah. So let's see. I'm at 355, and then we're at 427. So we go up to 427 as soon as we proc this, and then this is healing us for 15 right now, which means that we need about 10 procs. See, I know in the olden days it was all about shoving and you just shove in, but these days it's probably more about controlling the wave and having room to engage more and more. But I'm thinking with this, I'm getting bonus AD. So right now it's 3 minutes. I'm at 366 movement speed, so I'm faster than any other mid laner and stuff answering these scuttle crabs. And I'm getting up to 430 something right here. So 366, hit the scuttle, 438, 366, hit the scuttle, 488. And I'm giving up my AD rune for speed early game. Three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want to be like the fastest Yasuo there is, you know what I mean? Like I want to take the weakness that Yasuo has and turn it into a strength. Which is like a lot of people like ganking Yasuo. Like a lot of people like ganking Yasuo um, to keep him weak. But I want to put that in my game plan. Like I want people to come and gank me. Like I feel like if I can get my movement speed high enough, like what champion's gonna catch me? You know? Because we were doing currently granted 4 movement speed right here. So we got basically 15 movement speed here. So it's we basically have the magic boots. And then this is going up to on. Let me gotta do that. It goes up to 10. So every time that we get that, we're getting our like magic boots proc. It's going up. We're getting 6 extra movement speed. And then when we're in here, we're getting 20. extra movement speed in the river. And my thought process is, like, you're fighting, you're pushing, whatever. We're not going to be as strong early game. We're not going to have ignite. People are going to want to gank us. We do something like that. They flank us. We go right here in the river. Boom. And we get 10 extra movement speed. As soon as we touch this water, boom, 10 movement speed. So we get 14 extra. We're floating at 366, and we're running out. And then when we get our first item, which is like boots, and then these also give us movement speed. So, like, I think this would be really interesting because this gives us extra attack speed and it gives us extra crit, which would turn into extra damage. So on attack, you gain 0.4 crit strike chance up to 25%. Then Yasuo's thing has changed. Getting 0.5 bonus attack damage for every 1% crit chance. So we could get, like, say we're at 100% and we build that item, it's going to give us 50 crit chance. So we would get 50 attack damage off of that. So 105 attack damage. Or no, we get 25. So we get 75 attack damage off of that. And attack speed. And people are building Immortal Shield Bow as well on him to have the shield. But I think it's just the crit that is what's going on. Because Eclipse is cheaper. 160 shield and deals 6% max health physical damage every 6 seconds. This is 400 shields for 3 seconds. And this is 8% of enemy's current health as bonus physical damage on hit. So, like, if you had Blade of the Ruined King and Eclipse together, you're looking at 14% of someone's health. Actually, it'd be 2 attacks, you'd get 16%, and then you get 22% right here, just in burst. But I'm curious because these you have attack speed and movement speed. First 3 attacks within 8 seconds fire chain on hit, dealing 60 magic damage to up to 5 targets. Increase to 85 magic damage against minions and monsters. Cooldown begins with the first attack. Champion takedowns within 3 seconds of dealing. This is interesting because it's 25 seconds, but first 3 attacks within 8 seconds. So you're getting 180 damage to up to 5 targets every 25 seconds. The only problem with Yasuo is that kind of hurts him a little bit. But this slingshot, we're getting movement speed and attack speed here. And every 40 seconds, we're getting 40 bonus magic damage. Attack reduced cooldown by 1 second. Let's see what happens. So we got our tier 1 boots, or tier 2 boots. Our movement speed has went up to 405. So we got 3 additional movement speed with celerity. We went from 355 to 405. And then this, we're going up to 475 for a second and 416. Like, that's nuts. $416. So I think that I could get away with that. What, I lost a little bit of farm right there. I want to see what happens if I attack this plant. Okay, no movement speed there. All right, so 4% movement speed. Gets us to 420. We're at 405 or something before, right? Now we got 75 bonus units per second. Because, like, when I'm behind on Yasuo, the thing is like, I can't farm when I'm behind. So, let's see, we got 420 in the river, almost 500 on burst. So, if we go more and more movement speed, we can just put more and more pressure on the map. And then, if someone tries to challenge us, we should just be faster. Like, look how fast I am right now. Because that's something that's pretty interesting because there's people that build was it Glacial Gauntlet? Iceborne Gauntlet. So 300 health, 50 armor, and ability haste with 120 on the thing. What's a Dead Man's Plate? Same price. 50 more health, 5 more armor, 4% movement speed. You still get the same other stuff, but I mean, well, it's not going to be as much damage, but you still get that burst damage, and you're getting 20 bonus movement speed. Like, that's how I've always liked to play Yasuo, is like, I like the outplays of Yasuo. I don't care so much about being a carry, but just being able to, like, be a nuisance, like, be like a Singed or a Teemo. Let's see what happens if we, okay. So we're at that. And we come through here, we get 512. Five, five, five. But I think just being able to do this over and over and over and over, and then by the time we get stuff like, look at this, like we're in the river. All right, let me look at this. So let's do Static Shiv, and then Blade of the Ruin King. Uh, on top of that would be pretty crazy. We could do Noon Quiver. Uh, let's see. This gives us 15% crit, 20% crit, and we don't get any crit from this. That's the downside. Kraken Slayer still doesn't give us any crit. Be Phantom Dancer. 8% movement speed. 60% attack speed. 25 crit chance. I think it's cheaper. So we could go Phantom Dancer, which will give us 25. Just give us more and more attack speed. We just wouldn't have any attack damage. But we do have all these adaptive plants and stuff now, though. Thing is, like, I'm not sure if I care about all the attack damage. Because, like, because like the knockups seem more important early game. Knockups and speed. So this gives us 420. This damage is going to be, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it'd be that much. And then if we do this, I think 1.2 seconds is the minimum on a lot of this. So let's sell this and buy this. That gives us 1.33. I feel like that is the fastest that it goes. Yeah, 1.33 is the fastest. So with Phantom Dancer, it's cheaper. We get attack speed and crit. And we max out our Q. With one item. And we went from 420, so we get an additional 15% movement speed. More movement speed means more shield as well. And more annoyance. Because we're just going to be able to run people down. So we get 435 up to 444 here. 490. We're only level 12 right now. And granted, I mean, our attack speed's still ass. But if we build Blade of the Ruin King, we're doing percent health damage anyway. Oh, I messed up. You should be able to... Yeah. Okay. What does Wits End do? Tenacity. We get tenacity. Real question is, do we want Ignite or not? I think I want to try to do Ghost just to make me that much faster and more annoying to deal with, because if someone tries to answer me, I can just run off. But, dude, that was 40 minutes? I was in that thing for 40 minutes? That's crazy. Alright, so collection items. Yasuo test. Armor. So they were doing Glacial Gauntlet or Bramble Vest. So let's do Glacial Bramble, or I think Dead Man's Plate would be better for us anyway. Let's see. 350 health, 55 armor, 4% move speed, plus 40% more, and reduce effectiveness of slows by 25%. Build up to 25 movement speed. Trail grants speed to allies. Your next attack slows target by 50% by 1 second. 4% movement speed, 40 armor, 250 health. So less armor, less health, 500 gold cheaper. 4% movement speed would give us 16 at 400, and we were pushing 500, so we're looking at 16 to 20 movement speed with Trailblazer. So we could basically get the same benefit of Dead Man's Plate and a support item, but we wouldn't get the damage. And also build up 20 bonus movement speed at max speed. So actually it would be faster. We'd be faster than we would be with Dead Man's Plate with this. Or no, we'd be the same. Same movement speed, but it has less armor and less health. They have similar build paths, though. That's interesting. So we could put that in there. And then magic resistance wise, this would be interesting. What do they have for movement speed? Force of Nature, 6% bonus movement speed after taking damage from champions 8 times. I would be interested in, but I'm sure that Wit's End is probably what people would build. Heals and shields on you are increased by 25%. Could be interesting. Wit's End, I know, is something that everyone builds. Just give us some options, but I want more movement speed, so that's what I'm looking for. Okay, let's go Crit Strike. Let's go Phantom Dancer. So Phantom Dancer's cheaper. It's going to give us more movement speed and stuff early. And then from there, we can go into IE, which gives us our damage and our crit. So we'd 100% crit, all of that. And then we have, I guess, Blade of the Ruined King would be in there somewhere. So that'd be 3 items. Main question right now is that laning. How well can we do in laning? Because I won't have the additional AD early game, which means my trades will be worse, and my wave control will be a little bit worse. I still have to relearn all the matchups. I still have to relearn pretty much everything. But what I want to happen is with my movement speed, even if I'm behind, I want to be able to catch back up in the team fights. And I want to be able to draw junglers to the mid lane. And I can use my ghost to like bait them there. I want the junglers to come. And I want to be able to outmaneuver the enemy so that they waste time in my lane. Okay, so we're faster than everybody. I'll ban Diana because I know that I can't handle her. Next attack is energized, so we get 10 through 130 health. Attacking and moving builds energy attacks. So the more movement that we have and the more energy that we generate, the more health that we get and the more movement speed that we get. Should be good. Should be good. This will be an interesting test because the Lilia is a fast champion. Kled is also a fast champion. Because I think what you want to do with Yasuo is like he's kind of weird. I remember I played him like an assassin like a long time ago with like Thunderlord's Decree or something, like the old electrocute sort of thing. And that was like you'd hold the back line, you'd hit like a Q, knock some people up, hold the back line, hit a Q, knock some people up, and then you'd like ult and like burst somebody down really quick. But I feel like his knockups are probably more important than his damage realistically. Like in a fight, if you're able to knock up the enemy team like multiple times, 1.3 seconds for a charge. So you're looking at 2 to 3 seconds for a knockup, which is a crazy amount of like sustain or something. The problem here is that without Ignite, we won't have as much damage as another laner who brings Ignite. So Teemo top, I guess. So it's probably a Yone mid lane, I'm guessing. Probably should went Dorian's, but they'll be alright. I guess I'll waste my ward. How did he get level 2 so damn quick? Okay. Good win, good win. He gets the ignite. He's the one that has to do something with it, you know what I mean? I'll go ahead and buy this. He has more damage than me, though. I am the River King, baby. I guess I should have stayed. I don't know. So what's her movement speed? I thought we would have won that way harder, to be honest. I should have just chased them off and been fine. I wanted to save my ghost to come down here and kill Misfortune. Fucking Timo shrooms, man. I think I'm losing the Yone fight because I'm trying to challenge him directly. Like I'm trying to fight him 1v1, just like sword to sword instead of kite him around. Should be able to beat the Yone, I would think, right now. So this is just every attack, and then 3 times they get a slow, so that'd be alright. Yeah, my wind wall sucks, apparently. I didn't wind wall the Teemo. And apparently I was standing on a Teemo shroom the whole time. But I can solo this boss guy, which is pretty interesting. And I really want to. I probably should have just fought the Kled. I think I can win. I mean, I got 2 levels and everything else you could want. That was weird. Feeling good, feeling strong. Got a couple levels on people. It's going to take 2 or 3 to kill me, probably. I think I can run Miss Fortune down, to be honest. I think they have to answer me here. Get additional 4% movement speed. That's what I want. At 448 right now. Not bad, not bad, not bad. It really feels like what you want to do, you want to be able to stay in lane, farm. Actually, what time is it? Got like one more game. I'll do one more game. It feels like you want to like stay in lane and farm. And then fleet footwork lets you stay healthy without having to engage on the enemy. So if they have ignite, it's up to them to do something with the ignite, not me, in combat. And you saw that it took them like well, it was like 3 or 4 people turret diving me, and they still almost lost. And honestly, on that turret dive, like thinking back on it, like I didn't expect Kled to show up, and I honestly don't know how Lilia works to know what to block when she slept me. But if I had flash or something and I made it to the river, I probably would have been fine. But I used flash to keep her from like one tapping me, and then Kled came in. I probably could have kited through the Kled, but I was worried that if I went too close to his ult, he would have hit me and crowd controlled me. So I tried to stay away from it, but then I probably could have dashed through him and been fine. But I like having the quick tornadoes. Get stuck doing a Teemo, huh? Okay, so this isn't the movement speed Teemo, this is the Shroom Teemo. Should be fine. Turn that sideways, turn that sideways, you can fit one more. Lulu is kind of annoying bot lane, if we're gonna be completely honest. Kind of lucky they didn't come back down in here, to be honest. I forgot that he had red buff. Might be able to check on Scuttle here, but probably not the best move. 1200. Fuck. I'm dead for drag. Cled's level 18, so I shouldn't have fought him. I should have just farmed or something. All right, let's see if we can get one Yasuo game in. I mean, that one took forever, but if we do a quick game, we should be able to get another one in. Is that a group message? Yasuo! Yasuo! This was my guy, bruh. This was my guy back in the day. Still doesn't have any skins that I really care for. Truth Dragon Yasuo. Maybe. I see a lot of healing. I have no idea what Vex does. I don't fully understand what this champion is doing. It says, basically, I guess Vex is a counter. That's what it seems like. Okay. Does she have, she doesn't have Ignite. Let me, I'm guessing she's a counter. I don't know if I can trade with her at all. It seems like I can't. Let me... I'll just run up here. Let me... I'll lose 2 or 3 CS. She's gonna get 6 before me. Fuck. I should have just walked off. I knew better. Should have just walked off. She has some sort of like everything. She's winning in CS. She got a kill. But I knew there was like a drag or something going on there. We need a way to get back into the game. She has I really just don't know her abilities at all. Fuck. I don't think we win, man. I just don't. I really don't think that we win. I don't know how to beat her. She has pretty good wave clear, and her passive or whatever. "30 CS down." Still really low on CS. I should have just stayed, I guess. Fuck! I didn't use my pots. I didn't use my pots, and I could have dashed. I didn't think I was gonna die from the AOE there. So that's turret. I could buy anti-heal, which we will need anyway. We need anti-heal anyway. I could sell Dorian Shield, get anti-heal. Just trying to heal on the Krugs. Jesus. Need that. He also has Conqueror, so I probably shouldn't be challenging him as much as I am. I gotta figure out a way to get back into the game. Aatrox is 2 levels on me, so I need experience really bad, and I can't farm anything because everyone else is farming everything. We got a Rakan. Our Kench is farming mid lane. I don't understand, man. Her's a champion. I just don't understand. And I really need to get like I need mid lane or something. I need some farm I could actually get. But Aatrox is kicking my ass, and Vex is kicking my ass, and I'm stuck fighting them. I don't understand because I tried to read what her abilities were beforehand, and it seems like she counters dashes, and she has like a fear that's a passive. I think I literally just need to use my movement speed and try and like bait people to answer me on the side wave. I don't think there's anything that I can do to help there. Just got to keep pushing. I tried to wait. I honestly did. I honestly tried to wait and see if they would come because Dragon was coming up. But I'm also like very, very suffering right now. They all got 2 levels on me and multiple items. Okay, let me look at what this thing says over here. The first part of her passive, Doom, periodically empowers her basic abilities to fear enemies that get hit. The next part of her passive marks nearby enemies who blink or dash with gloom. Vex's next basic attack and some of her basic abilities consume a mark, so she fears you and she can passively mark you if you dash. Vex releases a wide wave of mist to target direction that accelerates but reduces in width after a short while, dealing damage to all enemies hits. Consumes gloom. Vex gains a shield and releases a shockwave around her, dealing damage. Consumes gloom. And that's basically what she was doing with me, is that she was just auto attacking me, and then she was walking up and using her W, and then I was feared and she would hit me with her stuff. Vex commands Shadow to target location, slowing and dealing damage to enemies upon arrival. Vex commands Shadow to launch itself in target direction, dealing damage to all enemies hit. Upon any champion is marked with gloom, Vex can cast ability dash to champion. If the marked champion dies within 12 seconds, Vex can recast Surge for no additional cost. Avoid staying near the minion wave. Has great wave clear with Minstrel's Bolt and Looming Darkness. You need to force her to choose between clearing the wave or harassing you. So instead of playing passively, well, I wasn't really playing passively, but I wasn't focused on clearing the minion wave. I started E, which forced me to go into her. I should have started Q. Never go into melee range against Vex. Her personal space provides her with a good shield, and if Doom empowered, she can completely disrupt you and allow Vex to drop her full combo at you while you are feared. Try to bait out personal space. Aside from losing a part of her damage, she also loses her only defensive ability, leaving her vulnerable. At level 6, be on the lookout for Looming Shadow. The skill level is long, and she can snipe. As a burst mage, she scales better with items. Her combo is lethal if she drops it altogether, and even more lethal when she has it. So, I don't know if we would build Wit's End early, but I think basically I need to change how I play the beginning of the lane. So, I should have started Q and then pushed the minion wave and forced her to use abilities on the minion wave. Probably. Oh, but all right. I gotta get ready for work. Y'all guys have a good